continued rise in college student athletes since 1972. However, the same has not held true for college women coaches. And they're at almost a near all-time low right now in the most recent 2010 data from Carpenter and Acosta at 42.6%. So that's when I went to the books and I said, let me look at the literature and find out what is going on here. And what I found in my research was that there were three common themes in the literature. And the first one was homologous reproduction, which is a process by which dominants reproduce themselves in the hiring process. The second theme I found was work-family conflict contributing to the decline of college women coaches, specifically the male-dominated workplace, home responsibilities for women, both as coaches and then also potentially as mothers or partners or wives. And then thirdly, the social expectations that they have as mothers, so that conflict for them. And then finally, discrimination and stereotyping. I listed as an umbrella for a few common research areas that I was looking at. Number one was sex bias in hiring, which also plays into homologous reproduction a little bit, sex role conflict, salary inequities, and then there was some research, Pat Griffin and a few others, on the lesbian label. But that was where I saw a gap. There had been some research on the lesbian label, and quite extensively with Pat Griffin's book, but there was no research that I had found on the actual decline, and did heterosexism play a role in the decline of college women coaches? So that's where I found the gap and said, let me take a look. So this was my study real quick. It was qualitative. There was a lot of information to be uncovered, so qualitative was certainly appropriate for this kind of study. And my criteria for this study was that I was looking for current or former Division I NCAA head coaches who do not identify as heterosexual. I didn't want to pigeonhole anybody in and say I was looking for lesbian coaches. I wanted to make sure I left it open, and particularly in today's day and age where we have different identities such as queer or bi or whatever else, however else we want to label ourselves. So I wanted to leave it open to just if you don't identify as heterosexual, you can potentially participate in this study. So I framed the questions with attentiveness to the literature that I had found, and that was I wanted to know their perceptions. If they believed from their experience and their perception that heterosexism played a role in this decline. And then secondly, I wanted to look at their social and outside of work functions, recruiting, their experiences recruiting with regard to heterosexism, hiring processes with regard to heterosexism, and then their career intentions. So here is a collective portrait of the participants in my study. They covered the Northeast, the Northwest, the South, the Mid-Atlantic, the Southwest, and the Midwestern regions of the country. And this is combined. They combined, I had 8 women in my study. They combined for 38 conference titles, 39 NCAA tournament appearances, 10 Elite 8 appearances, 2 NCAA Final Four appearances, 1 NCAA final appearance, and 2 national championships. On average, these women coached 15 years, and they comprised the sports of volleyball, softball, field hockey, and soccer. Those that had left coaching, they had been gone for an average of 7 years. So they had quite a bit of time to reflect on perhaps why they had left and their coaching experience.